What's up, guys? It's your boy G. Today I want to talk to you about confidence. Over the years, I've shot a lot of different sessions in a lot of different situations with a variety of people. And periodically, I come across that client who says, well, I'm not used to taking pictures, or I don't really know how to pose, or I'm not really that photogenic. I don't really post my pictures online, those type of things, right? So what that lets me know is maybe they haven't done it enough. Maybe they don't feel as confident when they get in front of a camera because they overthink, they overprocess, however they feel about themselves. So with that being said, it's up to us as photographers to make them feel more relaxed, okay? Now, I have a method that I do, and it works 99.9% of the time. So right now, you may be watching this and saying, okay, gee, man, so cut to the chase, bro. Like, what do you do? This is what I do. So when I come in contact with those clients who say those things, as I previously said, my goal is to make them feel comfortable. So when they come in, and they walking in all slow and they looking around and, you can see the sweat beads and they're truly nervous. At that point, it's up to me to make them unguarded. It's up to me to make them feel comfortable and relaxed enough that they forget about what they're even doing because they're just having a good time. So typically what I do is I put on music that they like. I ask them what they want to listen to. We put the music on. So at that point, I get to know them. Hey, how you doing? Where you from? Da 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 da. Where you went to school? Like what do you do for a living? We break the ice. So at that point in time, they won't be as guarded because we're, just going through the motions, trying to get to know each other. So what I like to do is I like to crack jokes. I like to have a good time because, hey, I don't know what you've been told. I don't know what you think. Maybe you feel the same way I do, but photography is supposed to be fun. I don't care if you're doing a wedding. I don't care if you're shooting corporate headshots. I don't care if you're doing a birthday shoot for the president. It's supposed to be a dope environment. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have a good time. It's not supposed to feel like work, even though you're working, right? So with that being said, it's up to us as photographers to make the situation eventful for the client. It's up to us to make the situation one of those deals to where, like they can take their guard down, and also too, they will want to come back to us again in the future. But, okay, so going back to the topic, okay, so once we get to know each other and everything, once I start cracking jokes and everything and they understand how the vibe is going to be, then you can kind of see it in their eyes. You can kind of see at that point that they're kind of sort of letting their guard down, so a lot of times if we're shooting on white paper or whatever it is, as you can see right over here, maybe you can't see it, I don't know, but we get them on the paper, and the first question I ask them is, what's your go-to pose? Because typically people have a go-to pose when they take photos, whether they know it or not. Like if it's a woman, a lot of times what they tend to do is they tend to put the hand on the hip and kind of lean to the side. So I said, okay, man, so show me what you would normally do when you take a photo. So they go into it. I'm like, okay, great, that's dope, that's good, come on, pop, 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 just to free them up. So then once we get a couple of variations of that pose, I ask them, okay, so what else would you do? Or what's the first thing that comes to your mind? And at that point, they might still be kind of over processing it. And then I just tell them, I say, look, you're doing a wonderful job. Don't even overthink it. We having a good time. The music playing, the vibe going. A lot of times what happens is those people who come in and they might not be as confident when it comes to taking photos. They have a friend who comes with them, and the friend is the ultimate hype man. I'm talking about they sitting in the back, they sitting on the on the couches, and they turning up the whole time, So they are assisting me in the whole process. So I'm matching the friend's energy. So we up in there having a blast, So the person who's taking photos, at that point, they start to let the guard down a little bit more. So then, I asked them then, okay, so what's another pose that you would do? Or what, da 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 da. So at that point, the client typically does, okay, well, I would do something like this or something like this. Okay, all right, great, because you want to meet that client where they are. You want to meet them at the point and then lead them to where you want them to go eventually. You don't want to do a hard sell, hard press, because that might actually turn off the client at that point. You want to keep them going. You want to keep them on the path so that you can direct them and they won't overthink it and they won't realize that they're being directed. Because a lot of times what happens is once we take a photo, excuse me, and it turns out to be a nice picture and we show it to them, if they like it, that's really going to unlock that, that whole vibe even more. So, it's just an ongoing process from there. And then I'm going to tell you this too. 2 out of 3 times, whenever I come in contact with these types of clients, halfway during the session, I got to tell them slow down. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought you ain't know how to pose. And they laugh and, hee-heeing and all this other stuff like this. So when you're working with clients who don't feel as confident as they normally would when they come in for a photo shoot, it's our job as photographers to make them feel comfortable. You want to make them break the guard, and take off the barriers and the overthinking and the overprocessing. You want to diminish those feelings so at that point in time, your client can have a wonderful opportunity with you. So with that being said, I appreciate you tuning in, but I got a question for you. How do you work with clients who don't feel as confident when they come in to take a photo session with you? Or I got another question for you. Do you feel confident as a photographer? If you do, if you don't, drop a comment below and let me know what's going on so that we could talk about it and so that we could rectify that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? For all of y'all. So with that being said, holla at your boy. Peace.